Welcome back to the first non-3-0 of Part 2 of Phase 2 of HGC Korea. G-Lef and I are bringing you guys coverage of what could be the greatest series of the last 2 weeks.
It is already and yes, I would say it is already the best series.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Miracle showing up in a different form, different style that they have never tried before. And they tried picking maps long time ago, but it was never the same. They just picked the map. Maybe they had some weird picks, but it was not executed in a way that worked. But this time, it works. It works. Everything lines up together. They have the roster for it. They have Nitrogen, so maybe they know something that Ballistix is weak against because they have all that information.
Well, they're going to pick map again. Probably this time because Ballistix chose first pick,
Yes.
but wow, what a series this could be. Now, reinventing how this map is played is very difficult. This map is so figured out since the beginning of time. You build a composition that races the Immortals, and in most metas, the other team that has the inferior one builds a composition to kill that team.
Diablo ban.
They've had enough.
And what else, though? So
This is where Miracle crafts a way to get Genji somehow, and I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, this is a different one because we need to have Hanzo up there in the ban as well, and we have Diablo in this case, which means might have a less considered map on this one, but Thrall will be open again. Genji instead of Hanzo?
I think Miracle has to ban. Well, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you see one of them opening up, right?
Okay, well now it's probably just going to be the Hanzo ban. Maiev is open. Whitemane is open. But, yeah, Hanzo gets banned.
Then
They take Li Ming. That's the obvious next step. Like, this is all very normal.
and maybe Rain or Blaze to counter, or Irel, or any of their... They can pick support, then try to have the support choke as well.
Does Judy pick tank in first rotation again?
Garrosh? Garrosh,
You say ETC
Garrosh Rainer
Uther.
is not
I'm like,
bad
whoa.
as well. ETC up there? I mean, there are a lot of other choices.
Well,
Maybe a Nubarak, but
Whitemane will come through. So
even...
this feels like just a high tier rotation, but doesn't feel like it has any powerful ramifications on the map, especially because I think this is one of Maev's weakest maps. As you and I mentioned in the previous series where he started on BOE. Ballistix looking for their solo lane now, I think, in this rotation. It will be the Blaze. And once again, Malfurion. You don't want to pick your second DPS until you know the full picture. And that's why they go for this rotation.
Yeah, I think they're just screaming for Rainer here. And it just fits
if
SC's hero, and they have Blaze.
Yeah, I think what Miracle might do is ban Hammer and take Rainer themselves.
Hammer's not a bad choice either. But if you have Maiev, unless you're thinking Disc, I think they're looking for some the cage action here. You know? Rainer's not the best choice if you want to do that. Maybe even the Junkrat is okay. Or
Yeah. Banning Urel. Interesting.
thinking about the Immortal race, maybe even Greymane.
This could be a non-meta solo laner now, because we have Blaze banned, Urel's banned, Dahaka's not meta on this map.
Thrall's not here.
Thrall gone. I'm excited to see what Miracle's going to do because,
Sonya again.
you know, that could be reasonable given the map. We won't find out until the final pick. It is going to be the Rainer.
Okay, they take the Rainer.
I almost feel like Ballistix has to pick Sergeant Hammer now. Or Vala. What else is...
Vala creates a situation where if they get one or both Li Ming and Vala with the bind from Maiev, it's just... There's almost no way of saving them, even with Bunker. Oh man, they go for it.
Yeah, I was thinking it was either going to be the Vala or the Phoenix, but remember, we're talking
That's
about
scary.
SC. This is a hero pool problem. He should be able to play Phoenix here, but he is not. He is not willing to play Phoenix.
He is good at it, but...
He has, you know, played 8 games of Phoenix. He's 6-2 on the hero.
He does play Phoenix, but he does not like it personally.
Yeah. There's the Sona. You already mentioned it. And, you know, it was Sniper who flexed onto the Virel last game, so yeah, Nitrogen again on Sonya. So we're going to have the same Sonya player here.
This one actually higher percentage of leap coming, because if you just dive in, either Leeming or Vala will just be like shredded apart with just Sonya diving in alone. There's not enough DPS to actually blow her up.
There's a lot of trade-off though to that though. You lose so much damage on the Immortals, and you lose so much damage on this team fight. Like, if the thing about Sonya Leap is, I feel very strongly that the reason why Leap is almost never picked is because Spear is almost as good at killing somebody. If you spear someone and pop your Berserker's Wrath, then they're dying pretty much no matter what. I do see what you're saying, and I do like your line of thinking, but I think they're going to pick normal heroic here.
We saw Exterminator by Genji last night.
Yeah.
And it was actually hurting them from less damage during team fights.
It definitely made a huge impact.
Yes. So we are going standard.
It's not Q at level 1 for Maiev either.
Well, and a little different for going for that unstoppable for Blaze. He may be concerned about some extra CC.
So it's damage for Bind. That's a really interesting pick. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. My bad. I'm looking at the talents right now. I don't know the icons very well because it's like always Q-build. It's the cooldown reduction on Spirit of Vengeance.
And the slam. Sonya, okay, for extra wave clear, and so who gets one in from SC. He should be lucky that the wall was actually in between. If he got all the way dragged in, that was going to be a horrible positioning for Vala.
They have so much burst healing with White Mane. I'm trying to really break down the comp of Miracle to figure out like how it's weak, because right now I don't see it, and I feel like there has to be a major weakness, right? Nitrogen already used Spear, that would have been dead, Vala. I'm sure that communication happened in comments right now. Like, man, why use Spear? You're like, I just used it.
Exactly. Let's look. Ballistix, last game, they were overextending. They were feeling rushed. They're making mistakes.
They're lane swapping right now. That's how desperate they are. And they're not even really fully doing it. So, like, Nitrogen's getting full soak. They get a camp, but they get it late. And now Miracle could push this bot lane really hard. Like, Rainer's going to have no problems just hitting this. Nitrogen's going to Noblesse invade, but he gets denied, so he doesn't even get to stand on this. Unfortunate. They're actually coming up right now. Okay, do they have the tether? We looked for it. Would have been huge, actually, because we would get the cooldown reduction to get away. So basically they're trying to, again, roam and just blow Ballistix up, like, in these fights. I kind of feel like Miracle is trying to break the game right now.
They're trying, and they're making it work because they have so much better wave clear. With Maiev, Sonya, especially with the slam build as well. And in terms of Ballistix, they had some wave clear as well, but they need to be using a lot more skills, I feel. And it's actually slower and more single targeted. And they were late on the rotation to start it off as well. So there's been lots of favors for Miracle to actually have quicker rotations.
It is Shot of Fury as well, so you know, the slam is going to be like a lot of damage, you know. You know, you leave Sonya in lane for just a moment, or, you know, for speed of Immortal Grace, very strong. Zhongha is getting ganked here. This is like straight out of China, you know, like this is how Chinese teams play this map a lot of the time.
No Sivana.
Yeah, but this is, you know, a rotation that cost them about 5k on the Immortal health, 4.5k here-ish. So can they fight now? With a fast respawn for Zhongha, I don't think that they have the advantage here necessarily. They're looking for Hooligan. Blue Beetle doing a lot of damage, but Hooligan should be fine here, avoids the stun. Now I want to know what's the angle, like what's Miracle's plan? They have the camp bottom, so that's one thing going for them. Nitrogen's going to have to look for a spear here.
They might have to just give it up because it's not the best position for them to actually pressure them out. Because this Immortal's actually on the right side. Perfect place for Ballistix to do all the poking damage.
Yeah, this always happens on the first Immortal, where you can get the most value out of poke, like Li Ming, Hammer, in this case Vala to a lesser extent. But you know, Ballistix doesn't have an experienced lead or anything like that. Miracle controlled the macro somehow, not by playing macro, but by like being aggressive and ganking and forcing rotations and lane swaps.
But with that rotation, though, they have a lot of pokes. This is what they want to do. They want to have the Immortal and be safety ranged all the way in the back. Just watch out for those spirits. Not letting you get anywhere near them, because once you're caught, you may actually be going down right after. So with some of the pressure that Sniper was able to give, not doing as much as they thought.
I actually like... Sniper's always been a pretty good Maiev player, but I like the way he's threatening them for
I
the
like
pull.
his mount, too.
Yeah, it's a cool mount. Seriously. Would recommend. Use your shards, guys. Willie gets caught here. He gets perfect Umbral Bind. Perfect! You know, we talk about this guy for 1 second. I mean, he just knows how to force repositions. He knows the timing of these things. Like, this is one of those moments where I want to look up his win rate, because I imagine it's probably criminally low, despite his mastery of the arrows. 2-1 for
yeah, and
part
he
two.
didn't play it too many times. They don't really like to run this.
And it's heavily banned
yeah.
as well.
That was perfect. Having you saying perfect.
Perfect!
The extra P in front of the P. But with that rotation, Ballistix actually didn't get really too much because they had to get... They lost to Muradin, and they got a late rotation on top, which actually lost them some minion because they got the camp on the top, but they didn't really gain too much value out of the Immortal. That's what I'm saying first.
Yeah, they're always keeping Miracles with these rotations, which is like making this not a 4-1, but actually a 3-2 at the moment for lanes. They're always putting Maiev where SDE is, so he can't do much with his magic missiles and his orbs. Now they're going to have the proper positioning for this Immortal, although SDE just got a massive chunk of damage on Frankel. GG's trying to protect right now. And Sonya is soloing the other Immortal.
Yes.
So as long as they can block the skill shots here, see now, like you said earlier, like you pointed out, this is where it's tougher for Li Ming to just kind of sit back and do free damage. Still very even here. Sniper commits in. They want this fight now. Sonya's not here, but they get the blow up. That's Junga dead. SDE hitting the Immortal, but the fight is already won.
And Sonya, at the end, does more damage. They will win the halftime as well. They were looking for the halftime.
Is SDE gonna die? He almost died. He dies! Incredible! Judy throws Raynor in and just says Raynor's the best hero in the game. Watch out. Hooligan's caught here as well by another toss. And when Judy gets to play Garrosh, you start to wonder, was Diablo the right ban? This is insane play on a Miracle. I can't believe I'm saying it, but Miracle looks like they're going to win this series at the moment.
Ballistic, they have a ban where they just toss skills and look for the shots onto the Immortal, which makes sense. Like, Q-Vala does one of the most damage, like, the most in the least time on that Immortal, but once it connects to the heroes, not the Immortal directly all the time. And Sonya's on to the other side. Of course, there are better racing heroes if you have to compare the damage against Sonya, but she does the job.
And she does everything else perfectly as well. Look at what he's going to do in this push. Watch him. Pops his Wrather Berserker. Look at the damage with Shot of Fury, the passive extra damage after the slam. Like this, he does more damage than the Immortal does. Massively so.
No cage this game.
Yeah.
Trapping one. This could be a chance.
This team has so much insane damage output with Whitemane as well. And if you guys notice, every fight, it's just focus down Hooligan, catch him, threaten him, and then if the rest of the team comes to peel, they change targets. But Whitemane is just constantly able to keep everybody healed up. with this Inquisition build.
Hooligan's coming around. They're looking for a chance.
Oh, perfect self-cleanse here from Judy. They're going to force out the bunker.
Great
Hey, armor.
But
Disc is up.
They can't fully engage. Leeming just
Look at
got
SD.
here.
They need to be careful. SD's on the flank. Managing, he knows the cooldowns really well. Nitrogen, I think, is going to go down here. Whirlwind keeps him alive.
No other real escape for Nitrogen.
And Li Ming's going to blow up the healing well. So, Hooligan looking for more. They need to be careful. But once the minion wave runs out, I think he's going to regret coming in here.
He does have Avatar.
True, but I don't know, man. I think this was a mistake. They catch him, and he's going to go down. It's going to be a trade up for Ballistix.
And they do more damage to the fort, so Ballistix wins. They smile at the end. They got the immortal down on top before the keep wall went down. They got the fort saved. Ended up getting more kills, and they have the rotation forward right after. So Ballistix actually turning this game around huge.
No one's top, though, and Sonya is. So you know what that means. Rainer's just going to wait for that next wave. It's crazy to me that Miracle, you know, we were talking about how they were great in the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes for a while, but their late game was bad. Now, like, their rotational play is so smart, they're still adding experience. Despite those kills from Ballistix, despite the, you know, Immortal push. Or it's not the Immortal push, just the 5-man push. Immortal push was theirs top, of course. Miracle now looking to set up again a position to where Sonya can solo and they block Li Ming's skill shots. That's exactly what they are doing. Sniper once more, though. He's found Bala. You talked about this. There's the disc. And that means no bunker. No bunker when there's a disc up. 40 armor across the board. Hooligan, where are you going to go? He's going to go down.
No
Bumper,
avatar.
not even close.
No
not
Avatar.
even
What's
close.
on cooldown, and Zhonghao, you're out now, but once your teammate is gone, you're not getting the value of the bunker. And Sonya, meantime, got halftime done already.
That's right.
That was a 4v5, guys.
Without a perfect cleanse from Magi, that would have been the kill there as well onto Zhonghao. He escapes, he survives. It's going to be about an 80%, 90% Immortal shield here for Miracle. And the only thing that, you know, Miracle has going, or sorry, excuse me, Ballistix has going for them is this top push. Nitrogen can make such quick work of that.
Sniper diving in, very sharp angle. That's one thing, but they drafted into this. They drafted Vala into this team comp.
You talked about the concerns you had with it earlier, and we're already seeing that come to light here.
So squishy. Once you grab, you're done. Even Hooligan.
Hooligan's not playing badly either, but he's on overtime because he has to do so much peel against this comp for the two squishes at the backline. He's kind of always in position to be a punching bag. It's not his fault. It's just that Miracle's playing around this so well. He's working overtime, and now Ballistix is going to knock down, or going to lose their keep wall. Getting knocked down here. They're going to stop the ranged attacks as the shield falls. They always have to be scared of the threat of Sniper.
They do have 13. They can have the disc as well. Throws in Sniper, and that may actually be a mistake as he's really low. Actually,
Gets away. Ease over the keep. They put enough aggro on to just barely get the keep. Sniper gets out. Somehow G Club, I feel like if Miracle wins this series, which I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think they are, then I think we're going to be hearing from Sniper at the end of the night. He is playing like a god. He flexed to Urel earlier, which is not his role. Now he's playing the Maiev. And Ballistix is trying to chase, but they can't.
On, focusing on Judy.
Okay, Judy here has got a lot of armor, though. They need to be careful. This is a lot of damage that's on the side here with Franco on the Rainer.
Same for Hooligan, though. He just jumped out of there, so that's a lot in trade. But overall, Miracle, they're closer to succeed. They got the keep. No casualties.
Yeah, that was a close call. Ballistix had to be the ones running away at the end of that. They're going to invade here. This time it's a 5v5 fight, and they have Li Ming, and everyone's low on Miracle, so I think Miracle should give this up.
Yes, you don't have to take the risk.
Ooh, but they say otherwise. Here we go. Scarlet Aegis, 40 armor. That bunker's not going to last very long, and then Sonya's going to get so much healing. Another disc. And Hooligan caught, stunned, taking that E damage here from Sniper. He's got to get out. And they will, at the end of the day, get the cap. But that's a lot of catapult pressure, bottom that builds up during this time.
It was very risky, but not as much as we thought, because Miracle was holding in the disc. If that disc went onto Blaze before the bunker, it was going to be Ballistix basically throwing this game at that moment.
Nitrogen was trying to camp this, but he's actually going to instead look for the heal here on this wave. Time the camp better. If they could really rush this, they've got 15 seconds. I think they could still get the camp. It needs to be like now. They still need to make sure they get Nitrogen in position to solo the Immortal and then block the Leaming shots. That's the whole crux of this comp. A tale as old as time is, you know, how these operate, right? The race and then the team to defeat the racing comp. But in this case, it's like block the shots, solo the Immortal. Sonya's been doing this since this map came out.
So let's see Ballistix, how they want to utilize, because they
SD,
the pressure on
he
the
is so alone right now.
Escape out of there, and it's right next to the camp as well. Entire group of Ballistix will come to save him, but not in time.
The bunker's too late from Jungha again, and now everyone's in a bad spot. Watch as the bunker falls, everyone scatters here. Magi so alone as Nitrogen 1v2s over here. Hooligan has to Avatar. Look at the toss here for Frankel. Massive damage just delivered like a package across the map.
Ballistix has the pressure on the bottom nail on the keep. They don't, but Miracle doesn't even care. They get this Immortal, they get it, goes straight to the keep. They bring down the second one.
Yep. Right now, Nitrogen could just go clear bot if he wants, but the catapults are already taking care of it. 2 catapults actually take out the camp as we speak. And now the Immortal's going to go 24k shields this time. This could be the Immortal to end the game.
Yes, I see it as well. This could be because the catapults will be stacking on the bottom, which is the opposite side. They're going to have this Immortal pushing with so much shield. And Ballistix, they don't even have 16 yet.
Certainly do not. Miracle had a mental block against Blossom. They had 3 close games, but they lost 0-3. They've defeated Gen G, and now they're 1 good Immortal push away from going match point against Ballistix. What an incredible story it would be if they could defeat the top 3.
They're really close. Ballistix, they can't come out. It's very, very risky. They want to come out and delete the shield, but it's just not possible because of Sniper.
Yep. Threatening them always, non-stop. And the level 1 talent he chose makes it so much easier to constantly have an escape, have an initiation. They're just carefully poking this down. The Immortal still has ranged attacks. And that's going to be the end of this keep. They want more. As soon as this keep goes down, it's time to engage. Bunker! Way too early! Way too early!
Magi gets pressured by Nitrogen, Poison Spear, and the bottom wave is also coming.
Jungha misses! He misses!
Big time.
Tranquility here as best as they can. They are trying to live through this. But it's a 6v5 fight because the Immortal's involved. Oh, look at the damage onto SD. He has to teleport away, but the core is going down.
God escape, and the bottom pressure is there as well. The E16 throws Hooligan onto it.
They collapse on him here. Catapult pressure is about to hit the core like you say, so Miracles is trying to buy time right now. Nitrogen going to knock this wall down.
Great focus. They need a kill though. There's
resets. Frankel's the second one. It's a double. Can they make it a triple? The answer is yes. And SD's on the chase. He wants more.
Jungha has to go back. Catapult's doing damage to the core.
Catapults are doing damage to the core. It's going to be 4 kills here, essentially for SDE. But this is going to be the first step of many for Ballistix to win this game. Now they have to either take all the camps, clear the waves, and get 20, or make a core call. And this right here, this is not the core call. They are going to play the longer game. They are going to be behind for the rest of the game in terms of macro, but they can't core call when Jungha's not here. He's clearing this right now. They can knock down a keep if they play this perfectly.
I don't think that's possible without Jungha here. Without bunker, they can't position themselves all the way in the front, and they're coming back very soon. So this is a safe call. Even though you just had the counter punch against Miracle, you can catch up into level just anytime. You're down 2 keeps. I know you're into a bad position into this game, but still, if you throw, that's game for you.
Yeah.
It's a good call from Ballistix.
It's the safe call. You know, we live in a world where maybe without Jungha, could have had a crazy fight for them and they win the game, or at least get the keep, I should say. Poke it down. They've got good siege damage, but the risk of losing the game is, yeah, as you say, the fear. Now we're looking for a fight here where Miracle is not pulling any punches. They're looking to hard engage, in fact, while Sonya is doing that damage. We're at late game. Slam at 16 as well. Full slam build here. Here's the dive, though, coming in from Ballistix. They've got the bunker to push this further. Our Aegis is going to give everyone armor, though. And the turn of this fight, they get the kill into SC. He's dead. And now Hooligan's all alone. He's disked as well. And we're going to see the heals coming through here from Whitemane over time. Nitrogen's looking for the right angle for SDE. Look at this. Spear misses. Spear misses.
And SDE continues to stay alive. That's a 4v5 fight what we're talking about. So they overall is lacking damage. Malfear, not the position you want to take when your teammate's basically looking for the live. I think this is game
This is the core call. This is it. Miracle is going to go on match point here against world champions Ballistix. Miracle have never found themselves in a world championship title. They were so close in 2016. It has been a long time since they've been in this form. And here we go. Jumping onto the core now. Nacho Jin pops his heroic here. Sniper just looking for the threaten. And there's just nothing that Jungha can do. Taunt comes down here onto Hooligan. That's going to be another kill. And Miracle will take game 3. They will go up 2-1 in this series just as 20 pops.
With Sonya. With Maiev that they did not play for a long time. And Judy, without the Anubarak, seems so much better on that Diablo and Garrosh now. What a team. Ballistix, they certainly looked like they were breakable against Feliz a few days ago. Tonight, Miracle is making it happen in reality. Sunday, no 3-0 from Korea, 2 up from Miracle. What's happening? Is this team going to be the top 3 slayer?
That's going to be the question. As you look at this, Sniper has 100% kill involvement, 2 kills, 12 assists. Every one of those